Why are we not having protests?
Yes, it was that's a good question. Let me just react to that, briefly. From records, from reliable source, it is believed that Nigeria have over or close to 4,000 civil society organizations in Nigeria. And most civil society organizations in Nigeria are being headed by people of Southwest Nigeria, Yoruba.
That's something you confirm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not so, because if not, they are the ones. If it is another tribe, we would have seen mobilization going on. Nobody's talking now. Things are going skyrocketing. The prices of food are. No error again. Nobody's eating meat. And nobody is asking questions. No protest, nothing. It's saying that Nigeria has accepted their fate. I don't know how to justify that. Why are we not seeing civil society organizations on the streets now? Why are people not protesting? That is why I said maybe, possibly, the civil society organization in Nigeria are being headed by Yorubas, and that is why we are not seeing any protests so far. That's my
wait. They are being headed by Yorubas. That's why we are not seeing any protests.
Yes, that is the reason. Look at the people that did subsidy. Then under Jonathan. Because actually Yorubas spearheaded it. Tinubu sponsored it. Buhari, all of them came. They sponsored these things against Tinubu, Jonathan that time. Now, with this kind of wickedness, with this kind of economy, with this kind of
pure water
2.5. I know of a family. I think I was sharing this testimony somewhere that used pure water. They were always the father was always sending the boy to go and buy pure water. On Christmas Day, they now ask the boy, "What is this pure water for?" He said, "My daddy sent me. We are hungry. My daddy can only afford pure water. When we are hungry, he said we should go and buy pure water." A lot of business has gone down.
Because if it's a sane country, everyone should be on the streets now.
I do know a bag of rice 60, 70, 80,000. A bag of rice. What is the CBN governor doing? Why is it that Nigerians are not marching on the streets now? You see why people like us are always suspect how we play. You see why we are saying that there's no unity in Nigeria. You see why people are saying Nigeria should disintegrate. The Yorubas and the Hausas has ruined Nigeria. They are the one running the leadership of this country. But look at where they have brought us. And when you talk about saying no, this is not correct. So the Yoruba activists, they have gone underground now because the Yoruba man is the president. Why are we not seeing Yoruba activists on the street now? No, why are we not seeing them on the street? Are they not aware that the fare has been increased? There's no accountability. We don't know what is happening with the CBN. We don't know why the banks are not functioning. We don't know why Nigerians are keen for POS, point of service transaction. POS has suddenly become bank in Nigeria. I beg take. It's unfortunate.
Let's talk about the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas, said that Igbo leaders should bring grievances that are legitimate. Talking about Southeast development and also the release of Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. What's your take?
Well, I think he's trying to play on a certain sentiment about the Igbo nation, and from the look of things, Abbas is not new to the marginalization of the Igbo people in the country, politically and otherwise. For over 60 years, the Igbos has never been considered to be part of the government of Nigeria in terms of you know ascending that position of the president. Igbos have never no what not concerns all with Senate. We're talking of presidency. You understand what I'm saying? So an Igbo is one of the major ethnic groups in Nigeria. The Igbo themselves that are Republican in nature have contributed so much to the development of Nigeria in the 36 states or more. Right, the history is there. I've been to Kano. When you go to Kano, you see the legacies of Igbos. You go to Ogun State, Taraba, you see legacies of Igbo everywhere. But still, the Yorubas and the Northerners are playing and deceiving that consciousness of unity and what unity is all about. That is just about it. So if Abbas is saying something
Engage
like
government on legitimate grievances.
we want to know what does he mean by legitimate. The grievances that was bestowed, that was coupled together deliberately by the government of Nigeria against Igbos. They created the grievances. The federal government, the government of Nigeria themselves created the grievances they are talking about today. Are they not aware? Can they boast of any federal government present in the entire Biafra land?
Southeast.
Southeast, so to say. No, that is just the truth. What we are having in the entire Southeast is individual struggle without government presence. Most Igbo guys are doing the road themselves. Most of the things you are seeing in most of the little development you are experiencing is just purely a communal effort. So where is the federal government present in the entire eastern Nigeria? So what I don't know what is he talking about. Are we talking about the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Of course, a lot of Igbos, let me just put it that way, is already disappointed with the way President Tinubu, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, handled such a sensitive matter that has to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release. It's unfortunate. That's why I always say it. Opolo eye, no open eye. One day justice will come. They don't know what they are doing. If Tinubu cannot be courageous enough to let this man have his freedom, that means he hates Igbos. Tinubu, you hate Igbos. It's clearly. Don't stop pretending. There's no need to pretend. It is very clear. Even Nnamdi Kanu is in custody. Igbos are in custody. It's a symbol. It's the consciousness of Igbos. He has won all his cases, and you said he should restart court processes again.
Wait, if you say Tinubu hate Igbos, one of the governors and some politicians in the southeast that collaborate with these forces to keep Nnamdi Kanu in custody.
That is just a mere propaganda. They have mounted pressure on opinion groups, agitators, to do away with sit at home. They have done a lot of things because of the love they have for Nnamdi Kanu, a lot of this solidarity, civil disobedience, were just put down so that this man so if the politicians the east some politicians in the east can be able to go this far, which I do not believe. What is keeping Nnamdi Kanu there is northern influence and southwest interest. That it does it. What it means is that the judiciary is not independent. What it means that Nigerian democratic institutions are weak. What it means is that the leadership have no direction, and the judiciary has successfully been thrown to the dustbin. So apart from that, that's not what I'm trying to say is that why I don't know why this Abbas is making that comment anyway, but for them to say this and that, no.
Is it legitimate to say that the country should be divided? To
Yeah,
for the division of the
no,
country?
let me tell you. You see, it's only the wise that can say that. People who are free thinkers. An average human being have less than 100 years to live on earth. People live to die. Everybody we are saying today is working towards a destiny, and after that, death. Do you understand what I'm saying? People has less than 100 years to live on earth. Look at the killing in Plateau. Look at the insecurity everywhere. The Fulanis have successfully overrun the Hausas. And if eventually Nigeria breaks today, which they are also preparing, the Fulanis will rule over the North Hausas in the north. I don't know whether you understand where these things are going. The Hausas are going to be slaves to Fulanis. And that is why you have seen this killing consistently over the years. But that cannot happen in Biafra.
So is it legitimate to say that the dissolution of Nigeria should be number one priority?
Of course.
A government.
Of course. Do you know why? Do you know why? Disintegration is the best solution. That is just the truth. Do you know the reason why? There is no unity. The system of Nigeria is suspicious of herself. The system that produced Nigeria is corrupt. That is just the truth. Somebody that was begging for 2.5 million today is giving out 950 million in less than 7 months. But I don't want to mention names. Do you understand what I'm saying? There is massive looting. Nobody is accounting for anything. The electoral system is skewed based on ethnicity. There's no national cohesion. There's no national orientation. Nigeria have tried to bring themselves together for 60 years. It is not working. No light, no road, nothing. Okay, look at the first civilian president of Yoruba extraction. Go and check the history. Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I repeat.
So Shagari.
The first, I say, of Yoruba extraction. What is my business with Shehu Shagari? Go and check it. Supposedly the most intelligent man in Yoruba land has finally destroyed the Nigerian economy. the first civilian president of Yoruba extraction. Look at how Nigerian economy is confused under his watch. So what is Abbas trying to say? Those things are not just mere statements.
Division of Nigeria, will the government accept that?
No, let me tell you. We are not saying that government should accept it. What we are saying that there are agencies, world institutions that sees to that. World leaders, powerful forces in the world that can see to that. It's not about Nigeria. Now, if Nigeria want to talk about disintegration, we should talk about bringing into law that we encourage the Senate and the House of Assembly to order for vote on that referendum. And until that is done, Nigeria has no legal powers to talk about it. He cannot even mention it in the Senate.
Okay, let's talk about Plateau.
So what Shetima should be careful. No, that is not the truth. Shetima should be careful. Should not go to the east and be making useless statements.
Terror in the east.
You understand? That when you know that the only solution is justice for the Igbos. And what is justice? Release a man, an innocent man, no arms, just because he asked for his fundamental human right. Bros, I want freedom. And look at what Shetima is saying. Is that not hypocrisy? We know. Why are these people afraid of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's release? Why is all of them being, uncomfortable? Why has Tinubu ordered that he undergo another court processes, if not wickedness? We know that Igbos are hated in Nigeria. There's no two ways about it. How long does it take Igbo and all the rest? Have they successfully caged Boko Haram? Is Boko Haram not asking for freedom too? Is Sunday Igbo not asking for freedom? Where are these people now? Why is it that Nnamdi Kanu's own has become something that even people that don't have knowledge of what it takes to bring about freedom are there now saying terror in the east, grievances, this and that. Tinubu is aware. He has a Igbo passion. He has this. All those things are rubbish. Release Nnamdi Kanu for us. Because if Nnamdi Kanu, anything happens to Nnamdi Kanu.
I heard that a report is physically ill, is critically ill in the DSS custody.
Yes. Of course. His freedom, his movement is being restricted. For how many years now? Thank God for his resilient spirit. Of course. There should be some level of health challenges by now. No doubt about it. But Nigeria should be careful. What is happening in the east? Ifeanyoba was attacked. A lot of them, Ifeanyoba, Anyoba was attacked. A lot of them have been attacked. Somebody is even demanding for 22 soldiers. 15 DSS, policemen, 100. Just for one person. In the east. And I'm telling you, it's a deliberate act by the federal government, Tinubu's administration, to put Southeast on that radar of insecurity. It's a deliberate act. They don't want development in the southeast. They know that continued detention, putting them the kind in custody will bring about insecurity in the southeast, will bring about underdevelopment in the southeast, will destroy the interest of foreign investors in the southeast. So by the time we begin to understand this consciousness that what is happening is a deliberate act by the federal government to bring down, to suppress the economy of southeast more, not the southeasterners.